It's the Boogie Bob up close eyeball edition. Look into my eyes. RJ, give me your PIN number. Go to the bank. Take out money. Arjan's in the house. Hi, Arjan. Joe C's in the place to be. I got the up close. We're going to do the whole news, the whole hour, looking at my eyeball. RJ, put a shirt on, bro. Come on. What are you doing? Miguel's in the house. What's happening, everybody? Your old pal, Boogie Bob. What's the deal, son? Guys, I wasn't going to do the show. I haven't done the show. It seems like in a month. We be buzzing. How are you? How are all your neighbors, friends, and family? I'm praying that everybody in Hawaii is recovering quickly. I send my love, my prayers to everybody suffering from these horrific fires. Some people have lost everything. Some people were lucky enough to be saved. Very, very horrible, historically horrible what's going on in Maui. Praying for everybody and everybody who knows somebody affected by these horrible, horrific tragedies. It's 3:02 and the place to be, 1212 on the mic, G. What's happening, everybody? Give me 1 second. Yeah, babe. Did you bring the air mattress with you? Oh. Oh. Okay. We'll try for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll try. Is that tomorrow as well? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I can't today. I'm sorry. Well, I'll call you at 4. Maybe we can figure something out. What's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Boogie Bob coming correct with the tech to your neck while I'm wrecking sets, but you don't really hear me though. Guys, I've been going through a lot. So, I think last year I did the show like 280 days in a row without missing a day. And I can't seem to go 2 days in a row anymore. So, anybody who counts on the show for their news, I apologize. Shall we begin? Barry's here. I'm waiting for David Young. I don't see him. Rev's busy today. We're going to do the news regardless. How's my mic check? Can everybody hear me okay? Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Miguel's in the house. Hi, Miguel. Paul Greenwell with the small green pills in the house. Tammany's here. All right, we can start the show now that Tammany's here. Nyan's here. Test. Nyan says test, but he doesn't tell me if we get. We're good. Golden. We're golden. That's lingo for we're good. Jason Francis is in the house. Hi, Jason. Well, guys, it's old news now because I wasn't here the last few days. Well, let's get our thumbnail. Ex-President Donald Trump has been hit with his 4th indictment. Guys, I used to run in the streets. I had some pretty bad friends. I was not great myself. In the early 80s, they told me go over there and slap that cop and take his hat. It'll be funny. I'd go slap the cop and take his hat. That's how bad we were. Now I look back and I think, what a douchebag. It wasn't cool. Riding around, smoking weed, popping wheelies on my motorcycle with a girl on the back. Not cool. But I don't know one person. I have friends that are away in prison for life. I got one that just got out for murder, and he had been in there for 36 years. 36 years. I don't have one friend more than 2 or 3 felonies. Donald Trump has 91 felonies. 91 felonies. Whether you agree they're all legit, or some are legit, or some are not legit, whatever you think. 91, bro. He's indicted 4 times. Now, when you get indicted, they don't indict you because they think maybe you did something. They can't destroy their reputations that maybe you did something. They only indict when they have severe proof. So he's innocent until proven guilty. I think he will certainly be found guilty on some of those charges. I prefer a president who doesn't have 91 felonies. I had told everybody from my Facebook days. I erased it. Of course I erased it. Many, many years ago. I think 2011 is the first one I commented on Facebook. He didn't start running until 2016. And I said, the guy's one of the biggest crooks in New York. He's robbed everybody. He's gotten away with it. And over and over and over and over. And finally, they caught up with him. So we'll see what happens. I take no joy in anyone going to prison except one person. That's Rudy Giuliani. And Rudy Giuliani was indicted on 13 counts. Now, Rudy Giuliani, guys, listen, whether you voted for him or didn't vote for him, that's not the issue here. I promise you, the election wasn't stolen. And the reason I know that is because every major Republican who ran those states said it was one of the most fairest elections ever in the history of the world. And for 3 years, Trump and Giuliani have all said, we got proof. They've never had proof. 61 times it went to court, including the Supreme Court. 61 times it was thrown out as laughable. They had space lasers shooting in this, and this one was, there was 10,000 dead people. All found to be bogus lies spread by him. Now listen, I don't even blame the underlings, because if, let's say I worked in his cabinet, he came up and said, Bob, I need you to go on TV tonight on Larry King and tell him it was stolen. I go, you got it. Larry, it was stolen. This is what he did. He's like a mob boss. He bullies people, and it's very hard to say no when you work for Donald Trump. We'll get off of that topic now, but it's just La Maga Nostra. That's a takeoff on the La Cosa Nostra, which is the mafia. Teflon Don is no longer Teflon. The RICO, if you don't know what a RICO is a racketeering act where 2 or more people are considered crime. That's how they broke up the mafia. They would get John Gotti because Larry No-Nose Johnson killed somebody and Gotti was with him, or this one was with him. And Rudy Giuliani was the king of the RICO. He put away a whole lot of people. The mob. He destroyed the mob in New York and Jersey. Anyways, now he is right there, facing 13 felony counts, and he'll be convicted. All of these people will be convicted or plead out, and many of these people here will start flipping and saying, no, he did this guy told me to do that. They have all the text messages, all the phone records, all the you know, it's one thing to say, hey, we didn't lose that election, it was stolen. It's one thing to do that. It's another thing to do to hire fake electors who say, I'm from the election committee, to which they weren't. And it was all wrong. And we're here with, they even made fake documents to try to get it over. They went all in. And, you know, he was refusing at any cost to say he lost that election. I'm surprised he didn't say his daughter rigged it too. Anything he could to get out of it. Everything that's happened has happened because of him. This makes Whitewater with the Clintons and the whole Nixon stuff. It makes it child's play. Let's get off of that. Back in school, we used to say, hey, let's get off of mom's. I just got off of yours. Not nice. I know you didn't tune in to this, but it's every page. It's every page. Big news. If you're just sitting back going, it's no big deal. It's big news. You have in 235 years of presidents, whatever it is, we've never had one indicted before. Even Nixon. We've had one indicted 4 times. Well, they're out to get him. All right. Donald Trump has said that this Monday, now 3 years, they've provided not one scintilla of proof. Every single thing they said about voting machines being hacked and Nicaragua being involved and dead people voting, every single one of those has been shot down. Monday, he says he will deliver absolute proof that it was stolen. Yeah, you gotta love his tenacity. He now has proof, absolute proof. Monday, there's going to be a big press conference of how he has proof that it was stolen. The Mar-a-Lago, this poor guy that works at Mar-a-Lago, the Mar-a-Lago manager, he's been indicted. He's getting ready to lose everything. You think Donald Trump's going to go to bat for him? He just pleaded not guilty. We're going to get off of that. It's just that I'm on page 20 right now, and it's still this. Maui. Let's try to do something positive here and say some prayers and send our love to all the beautiful men, women, children, and animals, plant life that have suffered this beautiful paradise. Right now, as of yesterday, 100 confirmed dead, 1,300 still missing. Now that doesn't mean 1,300 dead, it just means there's 1,300 people that they have not been able to locate. Maui continues a grim search Tuesday for around 1,300 people still missing from the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history. Give me a second, guys. Hi, babe. Babe, are you sure that's going on today? Okay, I can't do it, but if you want, I'll send you. But you gotta keep it as budget friendly as possible. So I don't know how you say it, of course. I ain't got it. Call me. Sorry, guys. 1,300 people still missing. 1,300 prayers. We got 42 people in here. You need to say a prayer 8 times each. No, 10 times each before 20, 20 times each, 30 times each. I want you guys to take 30 prayers. Maui continues its grim search for 1,300 people missing from the deadliest wildfire in U.S. history, and the officials have only been able to comb through about a quarter. They've done about 25%. They got dogs out there, but guys, it's ashes. It's just full neighborhoods where there once was these beautiful homes and lives and palm trees. Now there's just ash. Horrific. It looks like hell on earth, and there has been some videos released where people are in their cars trying to drive out of it. This reminds me a lot of the last couple years in California, Northern California, where I'm from, where you're driving, you're hunting, hold on, the windows are up and all you're seeing is red in front of you and around you, and you're trying to drive through the fire to get out. And once that fire gets you, bro, it's over. They had some beautiful footage. horrific and horrible, but beautiful footage of a family. A young man took of him and his mom and his brother running into the water. And it just shows you they're out in the middle of the ocean filming the hell around them. And it just shows you how horrific and horrible it was. They were out in the water for over 5 hours. And they were, thank God, rescued. You say, why don't you just run to the ocean? Guys, this is a major city. They're in the middle of the city. Ocean isn't in your front yard sometimes. Okay. Now, I can never talk about this with Joe on the show because we get so upset, but I am a woman's rights advocate. With that said, I believe that women have the right to choose what's right for them, their body, and their life. Nobody likes abortion. Nobody sits around having fun. The word abortion is horrible. But it's a woman's right between her and her doctor. With that said, this is how horrific and horrible opposing this could be. A 13-year-old schoolgirl was raped by a stranger. Was just forced to give birth because Mississippi's abortion ban. A 13-year-old girl kidnapped from her front yard by a stranger, raped, didn't know what babies were, didn't know anything about it, thought a stork brought babies, is forced to carry some strange rapist baby because of a barbaric law. Ashley of Clarksdale gave birth earlier this summer to a boy she nicknamed Peanut. Her family told us, the New York Times, that she was 12 years old last fall when a stranger snatched her from her front yard, raped her around the side of the house. She did not even know how babies were born, said her mother. She did not tell anyone about the attack and did not learn she was pregnant until January. The family found it impossible to get her to termination because of the bans enforced by Mississippi and most surrounding states. The court has overturned the ruling as unconstitutional, but at the time, the ban has a rape exception, but only if the mother's life is in danger. The mother says she couldn't afford the money at the time to take Ashley to the nearest provider in Chicago. No suspect has been arrested, and police did not collect DNA samples from Peanut until presented with the Times article. Force a 13-year-old girl to carry some stranger's baby. Thank God, it looks like she has a family and they'll be able to take care of this child. $300,000 flash mob. These are the kids that go in, 10 of them, and start stealing purses. They start stealing pink purses. Hi, Robert. How are you, friend? A trio. 3, 1, 2, 3. A trio of brazen thieves was seen on video pilfering bags of merchandise from the East Los Angeles Nike store. They stole over $300,000 worth of Nike shoes. When that was all divided up, that was 11 pairs. Okay, that was a Boogie Bob joke that I tried to do like Jay Leno. Hey, did you guys hear about this guy? They stole a bunch of shoes from the Nike store? Yeah. Seems it was $300,000 worth of shoes. And that was 7 pairs. Needs work. One man and 2 women entered the Nike community store Boulevard at 5:30 Sunday, began boldly grabbing whatever they could carry. in full view of staff. You're not allowed to stop them. I think you should, each store should hire some big ass Mike Tyson looking dude standing at the door like this. Some guy comes running out with a thing, punch him in his face. You're only allowed to punch each person twice. I think that'll cut down on the shoplifting. You're gonna walk by some brother standing there like this, and you're gonna walk by stealing stuff? I don't think so. Mike Tyson said everybody's got a plan until they're punched in the mouth. Here she is, folks. This woman. This is the one who robbed Robert De Niro on Christmas. They went downstairs. She was sitting on his couch opening up presents. Some bathrobe? No thanks. Woo, iPod! She was busted. She's been out. Since she's been out on bail, she's committed 2 more thefts. She's addicted to theft. You talking to me? Are you talking to me? Shanice Alvarez, pictured at a court hearing in December, has been charged with 2 more crimes that took place after she bonded out of jail on charges of burglarizing Robert De Niro's $69,000 a month in rent. $69,000 a month in rent. I have enough to stay there for 6 hours. Hey Bob, what do you think of your new apartment? Oh my God, it's beautiful. I have views of downtown. I have views of Wall Street. It's beautiful. Really? Yeah. Yeah. How much is your rent? It's $69,000 a month. Wow, Bob, you can afford that? No, I can't. But I can afford to stay there for 4 hours. 4 hours, and then I have to move out. There's been a twist in the Brooklyn Death Club MD abduction. New details. MD is a doctor, I'm assuming. Medical doctor. New details emerged about the alleged kidnapping of a Connecticut doctor outside the troubled Brooklyn music venue where 2 recent concert goers went missing and were later found dead. We brought you the story of the kid who turned up missing. He went to watch the concert, turned up dead. The 32-year-old Norwalk doctor, whose name has not been revealed, was allegedly abducted July 21st after getting into a cab that refused to take him to his car and instead drove him to an after-hours party. That cab driver's in on it, I promise you. Hi, did you like the concert? I did. Can you take me to 1415 Hauser Street? No, sir. You're coming to Brooklyn to an after-hours club. That's how they get you. The taxi driver took the doctor and a man inside the taxi to a party in Manhattan. The doc eventually made it back to his car in Brooklyn, but the other passenger, 43-year-old Anthony Benjamin of the Bronx, came with him and forced the doctor to go to a day-long spending spree through the borough. The doctor got a call from a hospital in early hours of July 23rd and told Benjamin that it was an emergency and he needed to show up. At the hospital, the doctor told security what had happened. He has been held against his will, and police arrested Benjamin and Steve Daly, 50, who allegedly had been enlisted to drive the doctor's manual car. Guy goes partying, sitting at the bar. Someone sits next to him and says, "Hey man, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink?" "Yeah." Hey, you've been there 3 days, 3 hours later, you think they're your best friend. 3 days later, they're still shopping on your visa. They kidnapped him. I don't like it. You remember the 6-year-old kid that shot the teacher? I believe, I said it the day that I broke the story. I broke the story before anybody else in the country had it because I read it in the Post. Gun mom. There she is. She takes a plea. There's the teacher who got shot in the stomach with a Glock 45. At fault, Deja Nicole Taylor faces 5 years in prison after pleading guilty to child neglect charges stemming from her 6-year-old son using her gun to shoot the teacher. Guys, if you have children, though, if you don't have children, those guns need to be locked in a gun safe. That is one way where we can really help stem gun violence. If I own 4 guns and I leave them laying around in my bedroom and I come out here and do the show and someone comes in and steals them, that's my fault. If I have a car and I leave the gun in the glove box and I go to the mall and I come out and someone broke in my car and stole it, that's my fault. You can't leave these kind of things laying around. If you got heroin and fentanyl and you're a drug addict and you leave it in your drawer and your kid gets it, it's your fault. Looking at 5 years. A horrifying body cam video shows the moment a Denver cop, where's RJ? RJ, this should have been your exclusive. A Denver cop fatally shooting a man pretending to lunge at her with a knife. That's called suicide by cop. If you pretend you got a knife, I'm gonna kill you, and you got sunglasses, and you go like this at a cop and they shoot you, that's on you, playboy. That's on you. Horrifying body cam shows that a cop shot the man who lunged at her as a young child stands in the line of fire just feet away. The recently released footage shows officers yelling at Brandon Cole, 36, as he pretends to have a weapon, which later turned out to be a black magic marker. I never ever talk bad on the dead, but you're a moron. Sorry, that wasn't nice. If you have a black magic marker and you're going like this, like you're gonna... The deadly confrontation was seen by Cole's wife and son, as well as unconnected woman and child, who walked by the female officer as she points her weapon at Cole and yells for him to show me your hands. Show me your hands. Move. Move. The officer says, move, bitch, get out the way. The officer yells at the woman and child, who appear to freeze. So she's like this at the guy. A woman and her child walk by and she yells, move, and they stop right in front of her. Dummies. Backing up, the officer opens fire as Cole lunges at her after being tased, with the child seen standing directly behind him when his body falls to the ground. The woman and child, both unharmed, remain frozen, looking at Cole lying on the ground with blood splattered as the officer radios in, shots fired. Guys, I was a survivor of a school shooting back in 1979, and we stood there. My only friend that ran was John Driscoll. He ran and jumped in a damn garbage can. And he was the only one smart enough to run. We're all standing there like this. Bang, bang. We're like, what's going on? Because your mind is not processing it. Is it a prank? Are they trying to shoot ink at us? Is that a water gun? Is it a skit? Nowadays, I think you'd probably be like, yo, they shoot. But back then, it was like, what's going on here? Why is that guy pointing a gun? I had to go to court. My friend Eric Brown was shot in the back twice. You just kind of freeze up. You don't know what to do. Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas said the officer, who has not been identified, had no choice but to fire. Listen, you're a cop, you're trained, and if a guy's coming at you with a thing, you can't try to talk him out of it. That's like going on The Walking Dead and the zombies. The zombies are coming at you and you're like, hey guys, talk, come on, don't bite me, let's talk about this. They're gonna bite you. You have to act. And unfortunately, this guy did not have a knife. Unfortunately, this guy's life was taken. He did not have a knife, he had a magic marker. Kid shot at a teen center. A 17-year-old boy was shot in the stomach and critically wounded in Brooklyn Community Center. That's a regular old Tuesday. The victim was wounded at Major R. Owens Health Witness. I don't know. This is a strange story here. This is horrific, horrible. Mother finds dead woman in her son's room. Johnny, are you in there? Johnny, I'm coming in to do laundry. I hope your socks are picked up. She opens the door and there's a dead woman laying in her son's room. A dead woman. whose body was found wrapped in plastic inside a man's room in South Los Angeles by his horrified mother, has been identified, but many questions remain about the grisly homicide. The victim has been named as 30-year-old Hannah Rachel Collins. God bless you and your family, Hannah. According to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, it was not immediately known how or when she died. Authorities described the suspect in Collins' killing as a 26-year-old Hispanic man, but they have not released his name as they continue searching for him. He's in Mexico. His ass left. Kill someone in New York, they always go to Philly or Indiana, Iowa, and Florida. They always get caught. You kill someone in LA and you're Hispanic, you break out and you go to Mexico. Authorities described the suspect. The case began unfolding around 1:15 a.m. Sunday when the suspect's mother walked into her son's room to investigate a strange smell. Inside, the woman came upon the disturbing crime scene with Collins' body bundled in plastic. Paramedics arrived at the scene, pronounced Collins dead. The homeowner's son was nowhere to be seen at the time of the gruesome find. It was unclear how long the 30-year-old victim had been in that room. Collins had just celebrated her birthday 2 weeks ago. I don't know why that's pertinent information. The OC. Does anybody watch the OC? I don't even know what the hell that is. It's a TV show. They killed off one of their characters for ratings. That's happened forever. If you ever watched the TV show Oz, Oz had a cast of 60 people. By the end of that show, it was down to 12 people. Did you like The Sopranos? They killed off Big Pussy Pompazero. It was her or the show. 20 years after teen soap, The OC made its much-discussed debut on Fox in 2003, creator Josh Schwartz and producer Stephanie Savage have revealed the primary reason behind the shocking death of character Marissa Cooper, played by Misha Barton. I don't care. Does anybody care about this? This I do care about. This is the man and woman who adopted this young. It became a huge movie starring Sandra Bullock. She actually won an Academy Award for it. It was the story, The Blind Side. It's a real tearjerker. African American young man, no parents, or had a mother, but was living in poverty. This family decided to take him in. They were big into football, college. They said, if you go to play at so-and-so, we'll support you. Here's the rub. Now, they could not adopt him because he was 18 years old. You couldn't, in that state, adopt an 18-year-old, a full-grown man. I'm going to adopt Jordan Joe as my son. Can't adopt him. But they could have him as a ward of theirs, or I'll get to the story here in a second. Anyways, the movie was made about their life story. He is now, the father, white, older father, is worth $200 million through real estate, whatever business he has. He's a very, very wealthy man. This guy went on to play in the National Football League and made a substantial amount of money, but he ain't got it no more. He ain't got it like that. So he is now suing the family, saying that they conned him out of his money. The father has proof that they were paid a total of $16,000 each. The father got $16,000, the mother got $16,000, the son got $16,000, and this football player got $16,000. For the movie, it was just a movie to the rights of their story. This guy somehow is thinking that the movie made $300 million. This guy's thinking because the movie was made. If they make a Boogie Bob movie, do you guys think I get the $300 million? No, they give me $500 and a ham sandwich, and if the movie does good, maybe I get tickets to the premiere. Michael Oher, the NFL ex-NFL star whose story inspired the Oscar-winning film The Blind Side. It's a great movie. It's a real tearjerker. Allegedly asked his adoptive family for $15 million not to go public. He tried to scam them out of $15 million, or I'm going public. They said no, he went public. He has claims that they swindled him. Sean and Lay Tuobi said through their legal representative, Marty Singer. Marty Singer is one of the most prolific lawyer. He's the guy you want. Marty Singer is a very famous, like Melvin Belli, one of these guys, Heffley Bailey. Marty Singer's representative. He's going to crush this guy. There's no credence to his claims that he was fooled into conservatorship. See, they couldn't adopt him. So the story is about how they adopted this man. Now there's no adoption. It's a conservatorship. Very similar. I don't care. It's very sad because you would think that the man and woman still call him their son. Listen, to be honest with you, if anybody has Kim Kardashian's phone number, it's really important that I talk to her about I can't tell you. It's about a thing I can't tell you about. There she is riding the bicycle. RJ, take a screenshot. Another clueless tourist. Look at this, guys. This is the most famous fountain on the planet. And here's this dumbass, stupid. I'm not gonna curse. Here's a stupid piece of crap. Climbing up this 300-year-old statue. Idiota. Another clueless idiota. Tourists are continuing to disrespect Rome's iconic monuments. 2 weeks ago, I brought you the story of the guy that was at the Colosseum carving his name into the wall. He was caught, arrested. He's looking at 5 years in prison. 2,000-year-old Colosseum. This guy's carving his name in here. Steve and Jim, we're here. As a woman was caught on video walking across the Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain is the most famous fountain on the planet. The clueless visitor is seen climbing across the rock to reach the center of the 18th century fountain and using a spout to fill up a bottle of water. It's my shorty. Hello? Yes. Babe, I'm in. Huh? Yeah. Are you there? Great. This, huh? Babe, order and then tell me what it is. I didn't hear you. Is that with a tip? Is that with tips? Just, babe, just wait till you're done and when he brings you the bill, call me. I don't care anymore about that song. I know I ain't going to eat. We went to, by the way, the video's up if you want to see the review on the Endless Wings. You can go on there today because the kids eat for free if you go with an adult, but Uncle Bob ain't going today. Look at this one. Danger in the street. A little bad shorty got a gun in her hand. Danger in the streets. Long Island. Tuesday, a woman waves a gun pointing it at passing cars and herself before the cops came in and hit her with the car. Walking down the street. You ain't gonna never take me alive. Whoop. Hits her with the car. Stab victims warnings in New York City. An elderly man nearly stabbed in the heart by a panhandler in Manhattan Sunday spoke out from his hospital bed, warning that transit crimes like the ones that befell him will scare off tourists. Wow, that's deep insight, really? Iqbal Muhammad, a 76-year-old who immigrated from Pakistan to study in New York City in 1970, is expected to remain hospitalized for several more days as he recovers from the near-fatal attack in Herald Square. That's Macy's, folks. This is not good for the city. Tourists will be scared, he says. That's astonishing. I never thought of it. I'm being facetious and sarcastic. I'm not doing that. Have you seen this? A lot of uproar over this. This is Bradley Cooper, who was on my show once. This is the guy he's playing in the movie. Now, the man is Jewish, and one of the stereotypes, sometimes stereotypes are real, sometimes they're exaggerated, but for many years, Jewish people were pointed out by the shapes of their noses, much like others are pointed out by their eyes or their lips. I don't think it's fair to point out anybody, but Bradley Cooper is playing this guy, so Bradley Cooper got a prosthetic nose. And you can see how some people might not like that. For his role as famed composer Leonard Bernstein in the upcoming film Maestro, Bradley Cooper is wearing a large prosthetic nose. Some observers believe it is an anti-Semitic stereotype, as I just pointed out. In the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, when if you watch a Bugs Bunny cartoon and they show an Asian, they have the huge buck teeth. Whoa, you go, something. And it's just horrible. They would have someone like Boris Karloff play an Asian guy, and they would take tape and they would tape his eyes back. They go, you don't know about me, I go to... And it's just those kind of stereotypes. Or they would have the Stephen Fetching guy. You're so muzzle. I don't know about you, but I'm going. And this is just horrible. It's playing upon the worst stereotypes for black, brown, Jewish, Asian people. And it shouldn't be done, certainly in 2023. Come on, bro. I saw Jerry Lewis. I was a young kid. I didn't know. Jerry Lewis playing a Chinese guy. Go, oh, you got crazy. I don't know. And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. Now I sit back and I go, how could a movie like that ever get made? It's horrible. Missiles rain down on Ukraine. God bless Ukraine. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. All right. Let's do the wheel. Capricorn. Where's my Capricorns at? Someone you meet while on the move today will get your heart beating in a rate of knots, and it could be the start of a beautiful friendship. That's what I'm thinking. Capricorn, you're getting a booty call. Don't try to push it though. You will know soon enough if it's fated attraction. I like the sound of that. Let's let the wheel of steel decide the fate. Gemini. It would appear that someone has been taking advantage of your sympathetic nature, and you must put a stop to it right away. It won't be enough just to talk tough today. You must do something that makes them realize you mean business. You must stab and kill them, and then chop them up and put them in your basement where no one will find out, except your mom when she walks in. First of all, I find that to be reprehensible. I don't know why they would put this kind of garbage under Gemini, but I would say don't do any of that stuff. Maybe I read it wrong. It would appear that someone has been taking advantage of your sympathetic nature, and you must put a stop to it right away. It won't be enough just to talk tough, and you must do something that makes them realize you mean business by taking them, cutting them up, putting them in your basement, wrapping them in tarp, and then your mom will discover their dead body. I don't know why this is Sally Brompton. I don't know why she would think it's okay to put that kind of stuff in there. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of negativity. Please, never assault anyone. This one I'm just going to let it spin. Where it stops, nobody knows. Where it goes, where's it going to go, folks? Where is it going to go? It goes to Aries. I'm doing 4 today. Aries. Someone on the work front has been making life difficult for you as of late, and if you don't speak up about how they will continue to make your life a misery, get angry if you have to. Let them know you are not playing games. And whatever you do, do not chop up it. See, this is better. Do not chop up anybody and put them in your basement for your mom to find. Now that I can get behind. Anybody who's against, anybody who's anti-chop up, I'm with them. Do not do it. Last but not least, where will it end? I don't know. It is on, it's green. Sagittarius, stand up. Your dedication and diligence has not gone unnoticed, and it is more than possible that by the end of the day, someone in a position of power will be singing your praises. You deserve every word of it too, so don't pretend to be modest. I like it. Shall we do birthdays? Let's do birthdays. Let's see what we got going here. Famous birthdays. And today is the 16th. All right, here we go. Madonna. Saw Madonna on her first tour, like a virgin, and the Beastie Boys opened up for her. And there was no internet, and I kept wanting to find out for months. I was looking for who the hell is the Beat Street Boys. The Beat Street Boys. Turns out they were the Beastie Boys, and I saw them both. Young Thug, he is in prison. He is facing a RICO count in Atlanta. Steve Carell. Steve Carell is a wonderful, kind human being. Has been in my coat check room and actually took all my workers took pictures of the Emmy. And now I'm looking up at the thing and I'm seeing that it's one of my favorite people in the whole world's birthday. How is this humanly possible? Is it Valerie's birthday today? Because we're going to stop the show. If I knew it was Valerie's birthday, I would have changed my shirt. I've been wearing this for 3 months. It looks like a tablecloth. I put this down on my table and I came back and my girl had made a picnic out of my shirt. Where are we at? Valerie Wood's. It is! It's Valerie's birthday! Valerie Wood birthday! Girl. Valerie Wood, this is your birthday special. Not only is there a new moon on your birthday this year, but cosmic activity in the career areas of your chart will bring opportunities to shine on the work front as well. What can you build that will be a monument of your genius for years to come? Well, you have built love in this chat. Everybody in here loves you. Nobody loves you more than I do. I am tickled pink that it's your birthday, and I hope that you have the best birthday ever. And I don't usually do this. I let Joe do it, but he ain't here. So, happy birthday to you. I'm going to do it sexy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valerie. Happy birthday to you. Okay, for those of you that just puked, I apologize. But that was my beautiful, sexy, I even did the LL thing. Birthday. Valerie, I pray that I didn't make you puke. I wish that you have the best birthday ever because you are a remarkable, beautiful woman and you deserve goodness, kindness, and love on your special day. Thank you, David Young, for pointing that out. I'm sure others did too, but I can't see the thing. And no one's here to have my back, so I don't know. Happy birthday to you. Is Bria in here too? Someone says hi, Bria. I don't know. Bria's over there eating endless chicken wings. I don't think Bria's gonna eat no chicken wings. Bria's a steak girl. Did anybody see the review we did? Everybody keeps saying hi to Bria. I don't see her in there. I don't think she's in here. I think it's a false allegation. But it's Valerie's birthday, so super duper happy. There it is. There's Bria. There's my boo. So fine. Bria's so bad with bro. And she's such a great mom and a good person. And look at this. Look how fine she is. Bria at Applebee's. I think I took this picture. I'm pretty sure I took that picture a couple years ago. Anyways, Bria, I hope that you enjoy with the girls. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Christina. I tell them all the time they have the prettiest mommy in the whole world. Ain't nobody got a finer mommy than those kids. I'm going to call you in a few minutes as soon as the show's over. James Cameron, the famous director of Titanic and Avatar, 69 years old. I'm just kind of going through here. I don't know any of these people. A bunch of YouTubers and TikTokers. I know one thing, Valerie Wood's birthday. She's the biggest star on this whole thing right here. That's it. That was probably the Madonna. We had Madonna. And then we're going to do famous deaths. Bria, I'm going to call you in 5 minutes. We got a big famous death today. Anybody know who? Anybody know who? Because I mean, you'd have to be a fan to know it off the top of your head. I would go down to see Bria right now, but I'm wearing the same shirt I wore the other day. It was washed, but I'm wearing the same shirt. I've been regurgitating this shirt. It is. Look at that. Look at that. Billy, you just won a prize. RJ, you won a prize. RJ is going to send Billy a prize, and Billy's going to send RJ a prize, and Tammany. Everybody knew. Everybody knew except me. Elvis the Pelvis. Elvis Presley died on this day, a tragic death by any fan who loved him. He was such a great kid. Nice, sweet kid, and then he became the biggest star in the world, and of course the drugs and stuff took over, and he really fought the pills and stuff for the last several years of his life, and his weight and his appearance, and but he was a wonderful entertainer. I saw a video clip today where Bob Costas was interviewing the great Ray Charles. Bob Costas goes, and of course, you love Elvis Presley. He was great, huh? Ray Charles goes, yeah. Bob Costas goes, what? He goes, what? No, he wasn't great. He stole black folks' music. He was a punk. Ray Charles called him a punk. I don't think Elvis was a punk. I think Elvis was extremely talented. I think anybody who knows anything about anything knows that he did make his whole career on black folks' music and dancing. They had been doing it for a century, over 100 years. He was doing all those moves he stole from others, even in songs. You ain't nothing about a hound dog. You should listen to Hattie, whatever, I forget her damn name, man. She's so good. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hers was actually better than his, but it's Elvis, so he's a good, really good-looking kid, and could sing and dance, and we had never seen that. Meaning we, as in white folks. I didn't know even about racism or the difference in races. Really, growing up in Turkey and then coming here in the 70s, 1970, and then going to my best friend Ray Randall's house. And I remember telling his mom, "Oh yeah, Elvis, he's the king." No, she said, Little Richard, the king of rock and roll. I go, no, ma'am, it's not Little Richard, it's Elvis. Bobby Bowen, you crazy. Black folks had Little Richard. Little Richard could do it all. He had played piano and sing, and was doing it before Elvis. But anyways, this is not a bash Elvis. I'm an Elvis fan. Rest in peace to Elvis. I'm just sorry for the way he passed. Just not good. Also, the greatest baseball player who ever lived died on this day as well is Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was so good, guys. You don't even know. He started off as a pitcher. Yes, he had the home run record of 714 home runs until Hank Aaron beat it. By the way, Hank Aaron was related to Ray Randall, the kid I just talked about. He actually started off as a pitcher. Did you know this? Babe Ruth had a pretty horrific life. He grew up in an orphanage, and a pretty tough little guy, and he finally worked his way out to be a baseball player. He ended up, he started off as a pitcher. And here's the weird thing. He could pitch right and left. So he would throw right hand into the righties and left hand into the lefties. He played every position. Then he became this home run hitting powerhouse, and then he just, drank and smoked cigars and gambled and chased women. And anyways, so can you imagine the two greatest in their field, respectively? Oh my God, it gets worse and worse. This is the most stacked death day I've ever seen. Next, Aretha Franklin, an absolute American treasure. I was fortunate enough to see her in concert a couple times. You make me feel like a natural woman. She had 15 Grammy Awards, and she did 75 million in records. She was the queen of soul, and R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. I was a little boy, I didn't even know how to spell respect, but I learned it from that song. She started singing at her father's church. Many of these people, like Annie Mae Bullock, Tina Turner, started singing at church. Whitney Houston, church. She was, when you hear her sing, everybody gets the hell out of the room, because you don't want it. Another big name, but I don't wish him anything good. Idi Amin. Idi Amin is responsible for millions of deaths. The political leader who became the third president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. had a military dictator whose rule was characterized by the human rights abuses, political repression, and ethnic persecution. It's rumored that he killed 10 million people. He was born a poor, rural, one-parent family and went to British colonial army. His regime killed 100 to 500,000 people on record. Married to at least 5 women. How does anybody have 5 women? I married 1, I can't take it. He married 5. He's a polygamist. He married his first 2 wives in 1966. He believed to have fathered 43 children. I haven't even had sex 43 times, so I don't know how. Forrest Whitaker played him. It was brilliant in The Last King of Scotland, if you get a chance to see that movie. Peter Fonda, this is I can't remember another death day that was this stacked. Every now and then you'll get one. Peter Fonda for his classic Easy Rider, brother of Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda's son. Also received a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination with his co-stars for outstanding performance in the cast of motion picture of 3:10 to Yuma, one of my favorite movies. He actually shot himself playing with a gun when he was 11 years old. I tell you guys, do not play with those damn guns. Jane Fonda's his sister. Oh my God, this list! I haven't even skipped any names yet. Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi was a Hungarian actor immortalized by Dracula. I want to suck your blood. His immortal role as the Count led him to play major roles in The Black Cat and The Raven. He played about 30 Dracula movies. His real name, Bela Francesco Desco Blasco. He dropped out of school at the age of 12 and began appearing in Shakespeare plays. His Hungarian accent led him to being typecast as a horror villain in films. He performed, wow, that is a huge death day here. They keep coming. And then there's a whole bunch I don't know. Bobby Thompson. Bobby Thompson was the guy who hit the home run heard around the world. The Giants win the playoffs! The Giants win the playoffs! The Giants win! He hit one of the most famous home runs in baseball history in 1951, known as the shot heard around the world. Was it the Dodgers? I think it was the Giants. The Giants win the playoffs. When he hit his famous home run against the Dodgers in 1951, future Hall of Famer Willie Mays was on deck. Okay, guys, not one of my best performances, but before I go today, I am not a Donald Trump fan, but I am a fan of democracy and certainly of I live here. I'm a proud American. I'm not proud of what we do sometimes. I'm not proud of how we act sometimes, and any major government has the same trials and tribulations, deaths in their wake, and different things. If I was a president, we'd probably be in worse shape because I would try to be too compassionate and kind. You have to be strong and this, that, and the other. I get it. I take no joy in the fact that our former president has 91 felonies and looking at life in prison. I pray for the healing to him, the entire cabinet, and the United States. The divide has never been worse. It's about 50-50. You're this or you're that. There's almost no we're this anymore. And when we were this, we were amazing. And we are not that anymore. I pray that we find love, God, Christ, goodness, kindness, acceptance, and forgiveness. I know that I always talk about be kind and loving to each other. That is in my heart. Sometimes I want to punch people in the face. Sometimes I'm over it. Today I'm feeling nothing but goodness, kindness, love, and I want to spread that with you. Together we can all do better things to make the world a better place for your children and your grandchildren. And I don't have no kids, and I read on the internet, I read this last night, in order to have kids, I was like, why don't I have any kids? And I read that you have to do this. And I was like, oh, now I get it. That's why I don't have no kids. Because I last did this in 1977. It was pretty fun, too. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Anyways, please, if you're going to try to spread anything on this planet, do not spread hate. Spread love, kindness, acceptance, and goodwill towards all, including animals. I will talk to you again soon. Valerie Wood, I am just so happy to wish you a very happy birthday. God bless you. Oh, Ambrose, I've never seen those two. That's a Boogie Bob exclusive there. I love you all very much. I pray for you all. God bless you. Thank you. I'll see you again soon.